We're back with another exciting video, and this one's about Rafael Nadal being all praises for another Spanish player, Carlos Alcaraz, who's won the US Open. A brilliant player, he deserves all the good things that comes his way, if you ask us. We've been following his success and game for a while now. This teenager is quite the trailblazer, and we won't be surprised if he becomes the face of tennis in the future. Let's dive right in. First off, Nadal gives a shout out to Carlos Alcaraz. It looks like both the Spanish players are pretty fond of each other, and it was a massive win for Alcaraz for sure. The guy has finally become world number one, and it was a tough fight, so he deserves all the praises that he can get. With Nadal out of the US Open's running this season, we had some very worthy contenders, all of whom played brilliantly. In a match against Ruud, the 19-year-old Carlos was able to defeat him in 4 sets at the Arthur Ashe Stadium, winning his first Grand Slam. He's the youngest world number one, the 7th youngest men's player to win a major, and the youngest Grand Slam champion since Rafael won the 2005 French Open to a slam. That's a whole lot of milestones if you ask us, and we've no doubt that he'll go on to become the most prominent tennis player of his time. After his exceptional win, being the legend that Nadal is, he took to Twitter to praise the Spaniard openly, saying, "Congratulations, Carlos Alcaraz, for your first Grand Slam and for number one, which is the culmination of your first great season, which I am sure will be many more." He also included Ruud in the praise, wishing him well. He said, "Great effort, Casper Ruud. Very proud of you. Tough luck today, but amazing tournament and season. Keep going." To be honest, we think that this was really great of him. Young players deserve all the support they can get. Let's look at what happened in the match. With weeks of speculation as to who will win this one, we finally have a winner. And Alcaraz truly deserved the win that came his way. To be honest, it was great to see all new players in the running for the title of world number one. Of course, we were sad that our longtime favorites had gotten out of the game, but that's the way it goes, no? Anyways, the game was as exciting as it gets. Alcaraz and Ruud both competing for the same title and their first Grand Slam championship. Both of them brought their A-game to the court and gave the audience their money's worth in a fantastic match. In a match that went on for 3 hours and 20 minutes, Carlos defeated Casper in a 4-setter, 6-4, 2-6, 7-6, 6-3. A most significant win for him and one that's landed him in the book of records. We're sure that he's as excited about this win as we are, having given it his all. With only 5 points ahead of Ruud, it was a pretty tough game, and the onlookers could see the amount of effort it took the Spaniard to defeat the Norwegian player and lift the trophy. He was able to score the more significant points, and if we're being entirely honest, we felt that Carlos was in control of the game from the beginning. But that's not to say that the Norwegian player was an easy rival. He gave it back as good as he got, but it is a game, and we win some, and we lose some. Let's learn more about why the praise from Nadal is such a big deal. Well, just a couple of days ago, the champion himself was in the running for his 23rd Grand Slam championship, but that dream was cut short when he lost to Tiafoe in the US Open. While Nadal has officially announced that he's on a break, it was heartening to see that he has followed the game and taken the time to reach out to the players who made it to the final. We feel that sitting it out couldn't have been an easy feat, but like a true legend, Rafael has decided to address his issues head-on instead of brushing them under the rug. At a time when he's dealing with so much mentally, reaching out to another player takes a lot of heart. Like a true champion, he not only praised Carlos for his win, but also gave hope to Casper. We mean, if Nadal reached out to us, we'd feel pretty accomplished, no kidding. Twitter fans also took to the occasion and dubbed both players as father and son, as they share the same heritage. We do hope that Nadal returns to the game and that he's always here to support the new and upcoming talent. From a legend like him, any praise is seen as a massive dose of support. Finally, we have all the other stars who wish the champion well. Is it even praise if it's not posted on Twitter? We feel like everyone's gotten the memo, and we saw the social media platform flooded with pages as soon as Alcaraz won the championship. Apart from Nadal, several people congratulated the winner. Rod Laver, the Australian tennis legend, took to Twitter congratulating both men on an exceptional game and wishing them the best for more battles to come. Billie Jean King, the sports icon, congratulated the man, highlighting that he was the youngest champion since Pete Sampras. Tracy Austin, the former world number one, also praised the champion for being in the best shape, mentally and physically. She claimed that this is just the beginning for him. Brad Gilbert, the ESPN tennis analyst, called his win the legend of escape. Pau Gasol, the former NBA All-Star, was also among the legends who praised the tennis champion. He called the match a brutal one and congratulated him on not only winning his first Grand Slam, but also making history by becoming the youngest youngest player to make it to the #1 on the ATP. We gotta say, the love just poured in, didn't it? The future of tennis seems quite bright with players like him on the court. With lots more praises like this from champions across the world, we feel that everyone finally sees Alcaraz as one of their own, and what lies ahead might be pretty tough, but there's enough support out there to keep him going. Let's talk about the latest news and updates. First up, Rafael is back on the court, and here's what it means. Have you been freaking out about what road might this tennis legend take? Well, we sure have, which is why we've been keeping tabs on what the player's up to, and according to the news that we've gathered, Nadal is back on the court for practice. Is this a good sign? Is this even a sign? Sure it is. He's hoping to be able to compete in the upcoming Laver Cup and has begun practicing at his home court, wanting to be in top shape before the tournament. It's true that he's talked about taking some time off and only being back in the game when his head's in the right place, but we also understand that the game is one of the most important things to him, not to mention a way to cool off. The player wasn't at the top of his game this season, and it was obvious to see that he was struggling on the court during the games, not only physically, but also he seemed distracted. With his wife dealing with pregnancy complications as the couple is expecting their first child, to his recovery from the abdominal injury that he suffered, it's been a tough time for him, but we have no doubt that he'll be bouncing back and will be leaving us in awe. Next up, Nadal won the US Open 2022 without the title. When you've come as far as he has, others are bound to follow suit. But what's really interesting here is the fact that Rafael has always shared his success. He's given as much back to the game as he's gotten from it. His protege, Casper Ruud, made it to the US Open with Carlos and Iga. Ruud, a part of Rafa Nadal Academy by Movistar, is a world #2. On the other hand, the similarities in how Alcaraz and Nadal approach the game are undisputable. He plays with the same intensity, something that Tony Nadal also admitted. Not to mention, world #1 Iga Swiatek has praised the tennis player, saying she's taken a lot of inspiration from him. His influence is undeniable, and with all the champions who have come this far, the common factor between them is Nadal. Lastly, what does Coach Ferrero have to say about the world #1? Of course, this was quite an emotional moment for Alcaraz's coach, Juan Ferrero. Proud of his win, he said that Carlos was born to play matches like these, and while his success might be a surprise for the world, he has had complete faith in the player as he's been training him and knows his potential. Now that is what we call passion, to be honest. How great for Juan to finally see all that effort translate into success. That's a wrap for this video. Isn't Rafael Nadal setting a great example for others by praising his contemporaries? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon for the latest information and news like this. See you in the next one.